We're not doing purchase creative financing options here. We're doing wholesaling, so we're going to have a range of cash offers. Where we're going to start and where we're drawing the line in the sand. I always make my offers over the phone. I do not drive Miss Daisy. I do not go look at the property first. I do not do any of that stuff. It is all within 20 minutes. Make my offer over the phone. Couple of reasons. One, I'm pre-screening the seller. I want to find out how motivated they are. Two, I'm not going to get out of my air conditioning because I live in Corona. It's freaking hot outside. The only thing I want to do that is one driving for dollars. Now they say yes. Then we need to get together and have them sign a one-page purchase and sales agreement. Now the agreements are designed to leverage your side, but it protects both of you and will give both of you a warm and fuzzy. So we do our one-page agreement, and what's very, 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 very important, did I say very? Very important in California is that you have the legal disclosures for pre-foreclosures. If you don't have that, and you're flipping properties, you can find yourself in a whole lot of trouble. And I will tell you right now that the real estate gurus out there that fly in from different states have no clue about our California laws. And they're not teaching us. And wholesalers are getting in trouble. I don't want you in trouble, I want you profitable. So, here's the cool thing that California did. Even though they have these laws, I can teach my 7-year-old to fill out the contract because it's not very difficult at all. Take you less than a minute. Okay? Once we get that contract signed, we submit it to escrow. Those two things bind the deal, and time starts ticking on your side to get this property sold. So then we will move over to the assignment side and start designing our ads. That should be plural up there because we'll have paper ads, we'll have online ads, we'll have ads out in front of the house and on the streets. We're going to litter the media with ads so that everybody knows that Michael the cameraman has a deal in his own backyard. So make sure that you hit these cash buyers in every angle as possible. I love looking at wholesaling as combat. I want to find their weaknesses. I like leverage. And I'm going to take you down, choke you out. Paper ads. Simple. You know what we do? I'll give you a little tip. Hire that guy from odesk.com in India for $2.22 an hour. Have them scan your whole area of all the realtors and grab their fax numbers. So we designed a paper ad and we faxed every single realtor in the area so that they know. Mass blast. We can upload it right into our fax machine off an Excel spreadsheet. We can have thousands of numbers just with one push of the button and it all goes out to everybody. Do you think agents out there are hungry for a deal? Yeah, they are. They got buyers, they're lacking the deals. So we'll be the supplier. Okay? Same thing with email and put it on your website. You know, you want to talk to Dan about getting those websites. That's extremely important. Okay? Advertise on postlets.com, one of my favorite places to go. Because you can advertise on postlets, and they're a very, they're not a big media site when it comes to posting properties, but they're constantly updating. You can put the property address in there, and it'll self-populate everything, how many bedrooms, baths, and so on. It'll allow you to upload like 20 pictures. It'll give you a little web link. You push it. It'll go out to Craigslist on its own. It'll go out to all these other media sites on its own. You can swipe the link and turn around and put it in your own marketing. It's just a great little tool that's personalized for you. And the best thing is free. Okay? So we'll put all our properties on postlets. Does anybody get properties from me already? Anybody get properties from Black Investors? Shame on you guys. Okay? Include the property address characteristics, the photos, brief description, 3 solid comps, price, and phone. I said, what kind of comps? Solid comps. There's too many wholesalers out there that pick the best or the highest number of comps out there, but you know what, it doesn't even comp because it's not a model match. It's not a similar property. And if you know your house is only worth 100 grand, but you got comps out there for 150, but it's twice the size and it's 30 years newer, that's not a comp. Then Kathy's going to take a look at that and say, this wholesaler is full of it. Loses credibility. We're here to build credibility because we don't want to be here for the short term. We want to be in business for the long term. So make sure that you got solid comps. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I got 2 questions. When you're sending those out to the realtors, the area scanning or faxing over to the realtors, what are you paying these guys?
Paying who?
When they find you a buyer, what are you giving them?
Oh, that all depends on my profit margin. More than likely, I'm going to give them 4%. Wow. If I'm making 10, I'm getting 6, they're getting 4. What do you think is going to happen? They're going to direct all the buyers right over to me. Because that way they don't have to go find with someone else that's going to get 3 or maybe 2.
Right.
4.
Okay, and then
Wait, I'm not done yet.
oh, okay.
So if I give that agent 4,
Yeah.
you think they're going to remember me?
Hopefully they have more.
So they end up coming across another deal or another buyer? Who do you think they're going to come to?
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so thank you.
You're welcome.
The second question is when you're sometimes you can't get comps that are close.
That's right. So there's different ways to do comps. That's one of the things that most people get hung up on. And it's really not that hard. Write this down. Write this down. You get comps from 2 different sources. 2 different sources. MLS, primary data. Title comps. Why those 2 differences? Because the MLS are properties that have been bought and sold with an agent involved. Title comps will have properties that were bought and sold that were for sale by owners and private parties. So now I'm catching both. So maybe you only got 4 solid comps over here, but the title comp over here has 2 that the MLS doesn't have.
Nice. Okay.
How do you find title comps?
Through title agency
How do
or an online service. So you catch both. Because I'm really about fine-tuning numbers and make sure that I'm dead target accurate. So here's an ad that works. It's extremely simple. I tell everybody, keep it super simple. Investor Special or Handyman Special is still the #1 headline out there for investors. It's been around for a long time, but it's the most recognizable one. And so they'll be drawn to it. So it's big and bold. Then I have a second subline, headliner, which is 35% below market value. You think that would catch someone's attention?
Yeah.
First one did, now the second one definitely did. 312. That's not the date. It's 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, 2-car garage. Only 127,000 OBO. What does OBO mean? No, that's not what it means. It means call me, we'll negotiate. Call me. That's what it means. I put it there because they'll, or best on that, it means they'll negotiate. It means call. Better hurry, little call to action. Well, they know, hey, 35% below market value, OBO, they might even go lower, I'm calling. And your phone number, that's it, keep it simple. You can throw this on Craigslist or whatever site you're using, you can put it on paper, you can put it in a penny saver, Thrifty Nickel, which is like a penny saver but out of state, put it in a lot of different places, okay? So, we've got our target marketing, which is our auction buyers. Remember, we went back to Pete and said, hey, Pete, remember I said I got a property in the pipeline? Here it is, what do you think? He says yes or no. Then we take our ad. And what I do is I take a half sheet ad. I don't take a full paper, but I have a half sheet so I can put 2 ads on 1 sheet, and I cut it in half and I go to Home Depot. Now I see a lot of people are stealing this from me because I've been advertising this since 2001, that I'll take my ads and I'll go to Home Depot or I'll go to Lowe's and I'll send some kids out there and they'll fill up the windshields of all those contractors out there advertising that property. Now let me tell you something, you do the Home Depot or Lowe's that's near the property, not near your home, okay? We want them near the property. Now, are those contractors that are going to Home Depot to buy all those supplies, are they rehabbers? No, they are not rehabbers. They probably work for a rehabber, maybe. They might be maintenance for an apartment, maybe. Don't know. But here's what's going to end up happening. If I put a flyer on a windshield, and I said, hey, the property's only half a mile away from Home Depot, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to go see it. And they come and see it. And why are they there? Because they won't work. So they'll knock on the door. Hey, I'm here about the property. Great, great, man. Yeah, I got you fly over to Home Depot. Fantastic. Are you a buyer? Are you an investor? No, but I'm a contractor. I said, okay, well, what do you want with the house? Well, I was just wondering if I could get some work. I'll tell you what. Selling property obviously needs work. A lot of people I sell to don't have contractors, so if you want to give me an estimate, I'd be more than happy to take that estimate and include that into my package when I sell that property over to an investor. Because they're going to need a contractor. Yeah, sure, no problem. You give me an estimate. Am I just going to get one contractor from Home Depot that comes by? No. I'm going to have multiple, so I'm going to get multiple estimates. I'm kind of killing two birds with one stone. Now I know what the repairs are, because you know what most wholesalers do? Oh, this house over here, 25 grand worth of rehab. They have no idea. Their favorite number is $15,000, $20,000, and $25,000. They just pull numbers out of hats. Be accurate. Build credibility. I've got contractors over here now giving me estimates that I can show. You're interested in buying a property? Look, I already got 3 estimates. Take a look at them. Here they are. Oh, man, he did his homework. Now, one of those guys is going to say, you know what, my boss, he actually owns lots of real estate. He's always, having us go and buy and fix up properties. He said, now I got a buyer. Hey, do me a favor, give this to your boss. If you give this to your boss, you're more likely going to get the job, aren't you? Yes, I am. And I'll tell you what, I'll pay you for it too. I'll give you 2% of profits here. Oh, okay. I want to make sure it gets in his hands. So go to Home Depot. Yes, ma'am.
Do you put the address of the property you're selling on the flyer?
Only when I'm going to Home Depot. The other ones I don't. If I'm, let me back up.
But wouldn't they go not
No, let me back up. If I'm funneling people over to the property, like if I'm going to hold an open house, I never put the address. I work like a garage sale. Go here, arrow. Go here, arrow. Go there, arrow until they arrive. I want to make sure they go there. If I put the address, they'll never come back. Okay, they'll never go by the house. They'll just grab the address. So I never give them the address. But if I'm advertising a property, like sending out to an agent or putting it on Craigslist, then I'll put the address on there.
And how do you get buyers not going directly to the seller and offering money to the seller?
Well, they can. They can, but there's a contract in place. And 2, most don't know how to do that. They just don't. They think I own it. I'm selling it. Well, you must own it. They just don't do that. Okay? Answer your question? Good. Okay, so I blast all the information to your buyers list. So we got all those emails. If you're part of my network every once in a while for a club meeting, I will send out a text reminding you. Text message. Club meeting tonight at 7 o'clock. Or it might be a voicemail. Guess what? We got a special speaker tonight. Don't want to miss this. Call right now to RSVP for the club. You can do the same thing for your properties. Get it by email, voice, text, fax, direct mail. Get them from all angles. Okay, call your competition. That's right. Remember those wholesalers that we met in our target zone? Guess what, Fred? I got a property. You got a buyer? I'll send it over to you. Yeah, I'll put it out to my buyers list. Put it out to their buyers. Hey, Cynthia, guess what? I got a buyer. Fantastic. Let's lock it up. It's made my life easier. Okay, so I got to split some money. So what? We get on to the next deal. Okay? Your phone will ring off the hook once you do all that marketing we just spoke about. Your phone's going to ring off the hook, and who's going to be ringing off the hook? It's going to be people that want to buy property. And so you're going to give the details. Yes, it's just like what the ad says. It's $127,000 our best offer. Why don't you go drive by the property and take a look at it and let me know if you're interested. You know what I just did right there? Pre-screened my seller. If you're interested, your butt will get over there real quick. I'm not going to go hold an open house. I'm not going to make an appointment with everybody to go walking through the house. I'm not here for tire kickers. If I'm sitting there running back and forth all the time, then I'm missing out on focusing on getting deals. So they go out and they took a look at the property. They give me a call back and say, hey, you know what? It's exactly what I wanted. It fits all the criteria that Carlton Sheets said I should be buying. Fantastic. Let's get together. And let's go ahead and put this deal together. And I'll meet you, where should I meet them? Their bank. Why their bank? Well, that's where the money is. And more likely there's a notary there or next to the bank. So I can kill two birds with one stone. You don't need a notary, by the way, to do an assignment contract. But I do that because mentally they feel like they're bound to it even tighter. They feel like it's more legal. They feel like he's not going to get away because, hey, we just got notarized. Right? Making them comfortable. So I said, okay, here's what we're going to do. Let's meet at your bank. Where do you bank? Oh, well, I know exactly where it's at. See you there at 3 o'clock. So we get there, and I speak with the purchaser, and let them know, hey, you know what, I own this company here. We get these properties all the time, so if you want another one after this one, just let me know. But what we're going to do today is we're going to sign this contract. This contract's a little bit different. It's not a purchase sales contract. It's an assignment contract. Basically, what that means is that I have this property right now on a purchase and sales contract between the seller and myself, and it's in escrow. And I'm going to sign my contractual rights over to you, and you're going to step into my shoes and close the deal. Now, a lot of rehab would say, sounds good to me. And some are going to, wait a minute here. What does that mean? How do I know that you're not ripping me off? Well, that's easy. You have a smartphone? Yes, I do. Pull it out. Get on your web browser. Type in ABC escrow. And type it in. Yeah, there's a website right there. Give them a call and ask for Margaret. And then let them know that you're standing here with Sensei. And ask them if there's a property, this address right here, in escrow. They're on the phone. Hey, I'm here with this crazy guy with a funny name named Sensei. And he says that he has a property that he's buying on 123 Main Street. And it's in escrow. Is that true? Yes, it is. Well, he's trying to get me to sign this assignment contract to take his place. Oh yeah, you know what? He does that all the time. All you need to do is sign that contract, pay him, and then you'll take his place. In fact, here's the escrow number, and she'll get the escrow number. And the closing date, well, he'll give you a copy of the original purchase contract right there on the spot. But we're looking to close in the next 2 weeks. Done. Warm and fuzzy. He's okay with that? Goes and gets me a cashier's check, sign the assignment contract, notarize it. I take that contract, give him a copy, I take the original, send it in escrow. And he also gets a copy of the purchase and sales agreement because he needs to know what he's buying, right? So he has 2 contracts. Most importantly, I get paid. You get paid. And then when we submit the second contract, we're not just binding the seller anymore, we're now binding the buyer. We got them both locked in. Follow through with both of those people until the property actually closes and do a good job. Now here's the deal that I closed today. Get this is really cool. It's going to blow your socks off. Okay? Now, bad looking house? Look at it. Bad looking house? Pretty darn good looking house, huh? So I've got this investor in California, right? That he's bought property from me before, over the years. And I don't offer properties in Birmingham. I'm in 5 different markets across the United States. But I don't offer them over in Birmingham, and there's a reason for it. But he went and purchased a property through another network that was here yesterday and gone today. He's an older gentleman, just wanted something easy and simple that was in his price range. He paid 30 grand for that house. Not bad, because actually the inside looks really good. I want to close the whole thing. But it looks pretty darn good. Big lot, nice house, doesn't need a whole lot of work. He spent $5,000 in rehab. He's into it for $37,000 with closing costs. That's what he's out of pocket. He gets a wannabe property manager that was recommended by this group to supply a tenant, and they'll collect 10% of the gross rents. They put a tenant in there, tenant's never paid. Property manager never enforced anything. He bought this at the tail end of 2010, December of 2010. Tenants were in there for 9 months. So they're there until August of 2011. It's been sitting vacant until September 2011, all the way till today. He comes to my club meeting. He pulls out of his jacket and hands me the deed and says, "This is yours." He gave it to me. I got a free property. Anybody here would like to get a free property? Worth $35,000, $37,000? I'm like, what is this? What is this?
Was there a loan on it?
No, he paid cash.
Okay.
Wow.
He paid cash. I said, what is this, Dan? He goes, you know what? I'm done. I should have never bought this darn, he said other words, I should have never bought this darn property through this group over in Birmingham, never even been there, don't know anything. And he's never seen the property with the exception of a picture like this and the interior. Here's what you don't see. You kind of see that there's like a 60-unit complex or something like that next door. Right across the street is a gas station. On a corner in the lowest of low-income neighborhoods in Birmingham. Everybody I spoke to, contractor, inspector, agent, sorry, I don't go in that neighborhood. Sorry, I don't go in that neighborhood. Sorry, I don't go in that neighborhood. It's not the best of neighborhoods. But you would never know by looking at that. It's a beautiful house, it really is. So I'm like, all right, let me do this. Why does anybody like to pay tax in here? No, neither do I. So I go ahead and I transfer this property out of his name into a trust to where I completely have control of it so it can be transferred. I have complete control. Did I say control again? Yeah, control, right? It's all about control. So I take control of this property so I don't have to pay tax or anything like that, right? I don't like to pay silly stuff. Especially when it's legal, I can take control. So I take this property and it needs, I put $2,900 worth of work in it. Typically I don't rehab properties, but knowing that it's in a low-income neighborhood, I wanted to clean up just a little bit, and all I had to do is fix this corner of the roof right here. There's just like 5 shingles off of it. There are some nail holes in the back that were leaking the water, and it's just little nail holes, and so all the drywall on the top of this kitchen was caved in and fell through. Hardwoods have been redone, it's been painted, but we went and repainted again, and that was it. I'm into it for $2,900. And then the agents are saying, well, it's worth about $50,000, maybe $53,000. I'm thinking, you're nuts. Do you do your comps? Let me show you how to do comps. I know what it's worth. It's worth about 30 grand. So I list it, trying to get 35. 2 weeks go by, nothing. Dropped to 29.9. 2 weeks go by, nothing. The 5th week, a church comes by and says, I'll buy it for 25. And I said, yes, you will. And they took it. And so they are now in the ministry of buying these little houses in the neighborhood to put families in, whatever their ministry is doing. And they just took mine, and mine is now turnkey, absolutely beautiful. Only cost me $2,900 plus $40 in notary fees. We're closing today. That's a total mistake. Right here, you can see, look, settlement date 27th, 2012. And you can see right there, $25,000 is the contract sales price. And that means I'm profiting right there, $21,306. Thank you. Now, distressed seller. Done being a landlord of owning a house in the wrong neighborhood, something you shouldn't have bought. Distressed area. Circumstance creates cash. You know what he told me? He says, Sensei, I've learned so much from you. This is honest truth. I've learned so much from you. I've done well by your side over the years. This is yours. I want nothing. That's what he told me. And you know what he's going to get? He's going to get half. I'm sending it to him anyways. Okay? So, how many of you dream of doing deals like that?
Yeah.
Don't dream. It happens. You have to get out of that comfort zone. I don't know. I have that burning desire to receive multiple paydays. How about you?
Sure.
Especially multiple paydays that don't cost 1 red cent. I didn't have to fix that house. I know I could have sold for $25,000. I did it anyways. And I can assign contracts all day long that don't cost me 1 red cent, but be extremely profitable. And I believe you deserve it. Don't you believe that you deserve it? Yes or no?
Yes.
Absolutely. So let's take a look real quick of the highlights of what you've learned in the Ultimate Real Estate Cash Machine of Find It, Bind It, and Sign It. Number 1 in the Find It sign is finding distressed properties and distressed sellers. No distress, no deal. And then being able to track those absentee owners and building your list of sellers and cash buyers. It's a must-have. If you don't have this, you cannot go to this. So don't start building your business here or there. You must complete this first. Once you get this going, trust me, you will get calls, you will get emails, you will get faxes. And you will be able to start doing some diligence and research in the property. You're going to be able to formulate offers. You're going to lose more deals than you'll actually make. But that's okay. Babe Ruth strikes out 9 times before he hits a home run. You'll easily be able to put some paperwork together, forget that car form stuff, and just do a 1-page agreement. Once you got it locked up, you're going to put it where? Into escrow. I'll lock it up twice, and we're going to get marketing right away. Marketing is key. Who owns their own business in here? Really? What do you do? What do you do?
Acupuncture?
No, you're a marketer. Sorry. How can you do acupuncture if you're not marketing?
Okay. My clients market from...
Oh, really? So then you didn't tell your clients, or you did a good service to where they'll actually do word of mouth for you? So you're marketing. We're all in the marketing business. Who's married? You're marketing. How did you get him if you're not marketing, right? We're all marketers. You may not think that you're marketing or advertising, but we are. You don't advertise, you're out of business. And our phone's going to ring off the hook. And a cash buyer is going to want this property. And if he doesn't want it, then someone else is going to want it. And if nobody wants it, then that means that you got it at too high of a price. Then you get that cash buyer to sign that assignment contract, you flip that contract over to them, you get paid and let him close escrow, let him put the money into it, let him do the work, let him put his credit on the line, let him put the title on property, let him wait 9 months to get a paycheck, but you got yours in 72 hours or less. Get paid, repeat the process. Lather and rinse, that's all we're doing. How many believe there's opportunity in this market? Especially using these strategies. Absolutely. Let me ask you, can you now see yourself controlling real estate without cash or credit? Because most people believe you must buy real estate to make money in real estate. There's 2 dominant investors out there when it comes to real estate. There are landlords and there are rehabbers. That's the 2 dominant niches. Wholesaling is a very, very, very small niche compared to these 2 big niches. So, we spent a little over an hour together because I keep throwing in stories. But can you imagine what it would be like if you and I had 24 solid hours together? Right, nuts, huh? Information overload. Let me ask you this. Are you ready to increase your income? Yes or yes?
Yes.
All right, and I'm going to ask you to join my wholesale training camp. Got one in Santa Barbara. November 2nd through the 4th, it is 3 full days. One in Buena Park, November 3rd through the 2nd, so write these dates down. And then we've got one in Stockton, California, December 7th through the 9th. And if you want, you can attend all 3.
Sensei,
There you go back.
where's the one in Santa Barbara?
I haven't got the location, but it's going to be some close by, because I like the beach.
Got one for you if you need it.
Fantastic, I appreciate it. I'll hit you up on that.
Okay.
So, my focus is to help you. I'm sorry, you don't get it? Santa Barbara, Buena Park, Stockton. Tax deductible, trip, food, lodging, and of course. We got it? $14.97. Here's my focus to help you. Is to get deals and get paid often. I want you to get your tuition back right away. Right away, I want your tuition back. Develop the income streams that you deserve through wholesaling. Don't rely on one. Don't think you've got it made with 2. Don't even think you're safe with 3. Get 4 income streams going. But you must get the one going, which most of you have because you got a job in here. You may want to stick with it, like David wants to stick with his, the fireman. Maybe you want to get rid of that JOB and start a new one. Maybe you want to do this full-time, part-time, it works for everybody. But develop that income stream, and then once you master that income stream, then you add on another one. Don't spread yourself too thin. Try and do a little this and do a little that, because then you become a jack of all trades and a what? Master of none. Okay? Obtain the freedom to quit your JOB if you wish, and ultimately build a solid real estate portfolio, because when you are cashing checks on Friday, you will have money.